Hey. The topic I am going to discuss is types of data distribution. Data distribution. Data distribution refers to the manner in which the values of a set of data are spread out or distributed over a range of values. Understanding the data distribution is an important step in the process of statistical analysis and modeling, as the distribution of a set of data can provide important insights into its properties and characteristics. The various types of data distributions are: normal distribution, also known as Gaussian distribution. The normal distribution is a symmetrical bell-shaped curve that represents a large number of naturally occurring phenomena, such as the distribution of heights, weights, and intelligence scores. The normal distribution is characterized by two parameters: the mean, mu, which represents the center of the distribution, and the standard deviation, sigma, which represents the spread of the distribution. Example: the height of adult men in a certain population follows a normal distribution with a mean of 70 inches and a standard deviation of 2.5 inches. Skewed distribution. A skewed distribution is a type of probability distribution that has a shape that is not symmetrical around its mean. Instead, it is either skewed to the right, positive skew, or skewed to the left, negative skew, meaning that the distribution has a longer tail on one side compared to the other. Skewed distributions are often used to model real-world phenomena where the majority of the data is concentrated in one area, but there are still some extreme values in the opposite direction. For example, let's say you want to model the height of people in a population. A skewed distribution could be used to model this data if the majority of people are of average height, but there are still some extremely tall or short people. In this case, the distribution would be skewed to the right if the majority of people are of average height, but there are still some extremely tall people, or skewed to the left if the majority of people are of average height, but there are still some extremely short people. In this slide, I've compared the distribution curves of normal distribution and skewed distributions, positive and negative skew. The symmetrical curve in the middle represents the normal distribution, and the curves on both left and right sides represent positive and negative skew, respectively. Uniform distribution. The uniform distribution is a type of probability distribution where all values within a given range are equally likely. It is often used to model data that is randomly generated or where all values are equally valid. The uniform distribution is characterized by two parameters: the minimum value, A, and the maximum value, B, of the range. For example, consider a situation where you roll a fair die. The outcome of the roll can be any number from 1 to 6, and each number is equally likely to occur. This means that the distribution of the possible outcomes is uniform, with a minimum value of 1 and a maximum value of 6. Bernoulli distribution. The Bernoulli distribution is a type of probability distribution that models a single event with two possible outcomes, such as success or failure, heads or tails, etc. The probability of success, p, and the probability of failure, 1 minus p, are fixed, and each event is independent of all other events. For example, let's say you flip a fair coin. The outcome of a single coin flip can be either heads or tails. We can model this event as a Bernoulli trial, with p equals 0.5, the probability of getting heads, and 1 minus p equals 0.5, the probability of getting tails. Binomial distribution. The binomial distribution is a type of probability distribution that models the number of successful outcomes in a fixed number of independent Bernoulli trials. For example, let's say you flip a fair coin 10 times. Each coin flip is an independent Bernoulli trial, with p equals 0.5, the probability of getting heads, and 1 minus p equals 0.5, the probability of getting tails. The binomial distribution models the number of heads that you will get in 10 coin flips. It gives us the probabilities of getting different numbers of heads, such as getting 0 heads, 1 head, 2 heads, etc. Poisson distribution. The Poisson distribution is a type of probability distribution that models the number of times an event occurs in a given time period, or space, if the events are rare and the average rate of occurrence is known. The Poisson distribution is characterized by one parameter, the average rate of occurrence, lambda, and is often used to model the number of customers arriving at a store, the number of calls to a call center, the number of occurrences of an event in a given time period, etc. For example, let's say you want to model the number of customers who arrive at a store in a given hour. If the average rate of arrival is 10 customers per hour, we can use a Poisson distribution to model the number of customers who will arrive in a given hour. Exponential distribution. The exponential distribution is a type of probability distribution that models the time between events in a Poisson process. The exponential distribution is characterized by one parameter, the average rate of occurrence, lambda, and is often used to model the time between events such as the time between calls to a call center, the time between customers arriving at a store, etc. For example, let's say you want to model the time between customer arrivals at a store. If the average rate of arrival is 10 customers per hour, we can use an exponential distribution to model the time between customer arrivals. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like. Subscribe for more videos and also share with all your pharma mates. Thank you.